Hey, hello everyone. How are you? I'm just here to do the second part of what I had planned a few weeks ago. I'm sorry about the delay, but here we are. If in case you don't know who I am Antonio Franco. I am an English teacher from EnglishLessons.Online, and the introduction to what I'm going to talk about today is in the first part of this myths for learning English that you can find in the link. I in the description for this live I included the link for the first part, so I'm leaving the introduction for now. It is in there. You can click on that link and go and see the first part of the of this live. Okay, so then again, for the second part of this live, here is what I'm going to be discussing. Again, just to remind you, this is my personal experience. These myths about learning English are something I came to find here in New York. Very briefly, I've been teaching English for a really long time. So, it's just that during this time I've realized that people believe certain things that they simply shouldn't. Okay, and I'll tell about my experience regarding this. So, the third myth, because the previous two are on the previous part of this live, the third myth is I need a native English teacher. Well, I have to say that native English teachers are very good for, I mean, they that's their native language, so they are very good. I'm not saying they are bad. I'm not when I say this is a myth, I'm not saying native English teachers are bad, but what I'm saying is that rather than a native English teacher, you need a certified English teacher. And as you can see it on the text, there's also a post about this over there on our Facebook page. Rather than a certified English teacher, or rather than a native English teacher, if you can have a certified native English teacher, well, that will be much better. But as I discussed in the previous live about these myths, sometimes having an English teacher will make you learn like the specific way he talks, he or she talks. So you might learn some idioms, you might learn some expressions that are relevant for the place where this person, your native English teacher, was born. So I found many cases in different countries. So that's good, but certifications are, in my opinion, what makes a good teacher. Okay, in my opinion, then again. And then the other myth that I want to tell you about is learning English is very expensive. Well, I believe this is a myth because you may need to pay for a teacher, you may need to pay for some courses, you may need to pay for books, but in the end, what is going to make you really learn English is your own motivation, your own effort, your own time, the things that you will invest in learning English. My advice is simply just surround yourself of English, and that way you can learn much more than if you only attend a course, than if you only read a book. So that part of the investment in your time is not very expensive. It will be an investment rather than a spend. Okay, so in my opinion, learning English is not expensive. Also, if you are taking a course and you think you might need some more help, there's always YouTube channels. There are free courses that you can find on the internet nowadays. There are PDF books. I'm not saying you have to download illegally PDF books. No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that they are available. Okay, so yeah, I know what you're thinking. They are available. You can just like go find them, download them, study them, watch videos. Everything is free on the internet. If you need help for organizing all this information, you might have to pay a course. But in the first place, information is there, and information is free. Okay, so learning English is not very expensive. Well, this third myth that I want to talk to you about today: I can learn English in 3 months. This has been going around for a while because of some people, some teachers that are offering this opportunity. Well, it is not impossible. It is not something like I'm saying that you can't. You can, yes, but when you are learning English, there are like certain levels of proficiency that you can get. So in 3 months, it's not impossible, but you can get an A1 level, considering that according to the Common European Framework of Reference for Languages, for language learning, they say that you need 80 to 100 hours of guided study. That's what they say. They never say anything about learning on your own. But 80 to 100 hours, it probably means that you can do that in 12 to 13 weeks if you study an hour, 7 days a week, which in my opinion is not a lot. But this means that you need someone to guide you. Okay, if you are studying on your own, you might need some help, some extra help. So then again, it is possible learning English in 3 months, but at a very elementary level. Okay, after that you have to keep working and maybe you're gonna have problems with the listening. You're gonna have problems maybe like expressing certain ideas that you want to express, but you just can't find the words. I don't know, there are so many aspects of the English language that I believe is very difficult to learn in 12 to 13 weeks or 3 months, the way some people are offering. Okay, so be careful with that. And then I believe I have another myth after this one. I can learn to speak by watching movies and series. I believe this is a myth because speaking is a production skill, similar to writing. Okay, it's something that has to come out of you, and as opposed to the receptive skills. The receptive skills are just listening and reading. Okay, so those are the four usual skills you will study in a course: listening, reading, receptive skills, and speaking and writing, like the production skills, the productive skills. Okay, so if you want to learn to speak the language, it's very difficult if you don't practice the production of the language. If you only listen, if you only receive, if you only read, then it's not going to be equivalent. Okay, so that's what I mean when I say this is a myth. Okay, so be careful with that. If you want to start producing the language. Okay, and finally, the last myth for this occasion, it's you have to live in an English-speaking country if you want to speak English. Definitely not, in my opinion and in my experience. This is not a requirement. Why do I say this? Well, in Mexico, I know so many people who speak English well, who have probably they've been to English-speaking countries, but it's not like they were living there for a long time. And even if they were, maybe 2-3 years, I don't know about you, but on the other hand, I've known lots of people here in New York. They've been living here for 20 years, for 30 years. They got married, they have children, their children are adults now, and they just don't speak a word of English. Or maybe something like very, very basic. So it's really contrasting the idea that if you want to speak English, you have to live in an English-speaking country. Well, especially in this type of cities where I live in New York, so this is a very a city made out of immigrants. Many people don't speak English at home. They don't speak English at work. They are like in their circle, in their personal circle. It's only people who speak their own language. So it's not something necessary for them to live and to work. They can speak their own language, not necessarily English. So again, this makes it like this is for me a myth. You don't have to live in an English-speaking country to speak well, and even if you live in an English-speaking country, you don't have to speak English. Okay, so the most important thing, in my opinion, if you want to improve, no matter where you are, if you are in Latin America, if you are anywhere in the world, it doesn't matter. You have to practice. Okay. Again, when I say these are all myths, this is the last one actually. When I say these are all myths, I'm talking about my own experience from working with so many students during 15 years. And obviously you can have like a different opinion. If you do, you can leave us a comment. You can maybe say, yes, I learned English in 3 months. Probably you're using a method that I don't know. And I would like to know it if it does exist. Okay, if it works, I'd be very happy to hear about that. So, and also this, for example, this other case, if you live in an English-speaking country and you learned English only by listening to people, I mean, without like formal lessons, or maybe without books, only by speaking. Actually, now that I'm mentioning that, I remember in the first part there is this other myth that you can learn English as if you were a child only by listening, and well, I talk about that in the first part, so you can just go and see it. The link is below. And yeah, leave us your comments, leave us your opinions. Probably we'll retake this topic later in another live. Okay, but well, that's it about it, guys. You can find the post over there in our Facebook page, on our Instagram. So I invite you to do that. I invite you to follow us on our social media, on our social networks. It's not social media, on our social networks. You can find us on Facebook as English Course Online. You can find us on Instagram as I think it's EnglishLessons.Online. You can go to our website as well, which is www.EnglishLessons.Online. Actually, you can see it right here. So you can find information about our courses. And we're starting next January. This year we won't start courses because of the dates. You know, it's Christmas is coming, and then New Year is coming. So after that, in January, we will be starting our courses. So if you need to take the placement test, you can do so on our website as well. And hope to see you around, guys. I have pending some other lives regarding a specific live about how children acquire, not learn, acquire their language, and how that affects the way adults learn a language. Okay, so I hope to see you soon, and I hope to read your comments. And have a great day or night or morning, whatever you are. Okay, bye bye.